Good evening, everybody. It is so wonderful to be here at Torch University. I'm sitting here in the holy seat of Rabbi Yaakov Wolbe, who usually at this hour teaches at the Torch University every week his incredible and remarkable Jewish history series. Tonight, we're going to do a doubleheader of Chumash, but before we do that, I just want my friends online to have something to chew on while we're enjoying an incredible study of Torah, of in-depth Torah study. So, this week's Parsha is Vayikra. We begin in the book of Leviticus. And if you look at the first word in Leviticus, it's Vayikra. And Vayikra means, and God called, God summoned Moshe. Now we know that Moshe wrote the Torah exactly the way God told him to write it. And Moshe wasn't happy when God told him what to write at this first verse. Why wasn't Moshe happy about it?
He was too humble to be happy about it.
Because he was such a humble man, more humble than any creation in the world. He said, God summoned me? Of all people, God summoned me? So Moshe changed it. And he changed it to be Vayikra, which is that he happened upon God, so to speak. All right? It happened. God happened to meet up with Moses. But not that God summoned him. God says, no, that's not what I told you to write. I told you to write Vayikra, which is that I summoned you. Now write that. And Moshe was very, very uncomfortable about that. So Moshe wrote, if you look at the word Vayikra, it has a small aleph. In the Torah, it has a small aleph, and in your Chumash, it has a small aleph. And that's a reminder to know our place, to be humble, to not want to flaunt our greatness in front of everyone, but to sometimes take a back seat. And I think it's really, really incredible that each one of us, every single person here in this room, even Howie out in Kingwood, or past Kingwood, almost in Georgetown, right, Howard? Give us a thumbs up. So, everyone has special qualities. Everybody has something unique. Everybody has something special. But tell me what's more special when you know that you have something special, when you're a world champion swimmer, right? You're a Michael Phelps. Do you have to walk around and tell everybody, I'm Michael Phelps. I got more gold medals than anybody in the world. Do you need to flaunt your greatness? Oh, you should be fine by just who you are. But sometimes a person feels a need or an urge to go out and make sure that everybody knows how great they are. And that's one of the important lessons we can learn from Moshe. Is that Moshe, even though everybody knew how great he was, he didn't want anyone to know it. Because his greatness, what he felt, was a gift from Hashem. And Hashem can take the credit for that, not him. Now, yes, even if we work hard for something, even if we earn it, even if we sweat and toil long hours to accomplish and to achieve, still we have to recognize that the abilities we have to begin with are from the Almighty. And Moshe recognized that. We sometimes think, what is humility? What is humility? We think humility is someone who just sits in the corner and says, no, I'm a nobody. Right? That's not humility. What's arrogance? And what's humility? Arrogance is when someone thinks that they produced everything. Look how great I am. What's someone who's humble? Someone who recognizes that everything is from Hashem. My success is from Hashem. Now, there's two different types of success. The success that we have as a gift, as a total gift. Someone is gifted with a brilliant mind. Did they do something to earn that? No. Someone is very, very pretty or handsome. Did they do something to earn that? No. Someone is a fantastic writer, a great gifted singer. Did they do something to earn that? No. But yet, God bestowed upon them this incredible talent. So now running around town telling everyone, you know how great of a writer I am. Oh, my voice is the greatest voice. That's you're taking credit for something you have nothing to do with. That's why we say in Eshet Chayil, in the incredible verses of Proverbs, of King Solomon, originally going back to Sarah, Abraham's wife, who wrote Eshet Chayil, according to many opinions. Right? We know there are different parts, like Psalms wasn't all written by King David. It was collected by King David. Some of it was written by Moses, some of it was written by Abraham, some of it was written by Adam. Right? Mizmor Shir Liyom HaShabbat, right? Sing the song of the day of Shabbos, was composed by Adam at sunset on the 6th day of creation. And King David put it into the Psalms. So in the Eshet Chayil, we have an incredible verse, and that is Sheker Hachein Vehevel Hayofi. Sheker Hachein. Can you please pass me that sitter over there? The brown one right there. Right to the right. Stop. Perfect. Thank you. Thank you so much. Just so everyone knows, now most of the books have shelf numbers, so they match the shelf little round things. They're not all. It's not all finished, but we're working on having a system here. So in this magnificent Don Levitt family library, we can find the books and we can return the books to the right place. We know where they go, but it's always in the back cover on the bottom. So our friends online right here. So this you'll be able to find on shelf 22. But if we look over here, give me one quick second. False is grace and vain is beauty. What does that mean? That means beauty and grace is not something you've done anything to earn. You either have it or you don't. So what are you taking pride for it? So false is grace and vain is beauty. A God-fearing woman, she should be praised. Something you really need to acquire, something you really need to work on, that's fear of God. That is praiseworthy. It's the only thing. It says, Hakol bidei shamayim, chutz miyirat shamayim. Everything is in the hand of heaven. Whether, God forbid, someone will slip and fall, whether someone will be in an accident, that's all in the hand of Hashem. But whether or not you'll be God-fearing, that's in your hands. That's praiseworthy. That's something you really need to do a lot of hard work to get into that frame, into that channel of growth. That's praiseworthy. To praise someone for their good looks, to praise someone for their gifted talents that they received from the Almighty. Moses, who was so close to Hashem, he was the one who was closest to God. By definition, the closer you are to God, the more humble you will be. Because, we can be very arrogant here, sitting and suntanning in Houston, Texas. You go to Florida, you go to wherever you go to suntan. Great, but when you get close to the sun, you realize that you're like a little nothing compared to that sun, who's like millions of times larger than Earth, right? And that if we get too close, it will burn to a crisp. Think of Hashem. How great is Hashem? Hashem created that sun. Hashem created everything. And we suddenly take arrogance like we're something, right? We're a gift from Hashem. We have to thank Hashem. The more we thank Hashem, the more we realize, you know what? Hashem believes in us. Hashem believes we can accomplish. Hashem believes we can do. And instead of taking pride as if we earned it, instead be humble that God gave it to us. And that's what Moshe recognized in this week's Torah portion. He says, I don't want it to be looked at as if I'm something great. And, it's like, it happened. We happened to meet, so to speak. But that God summoned him, that's a very prestigious position. Moshe didn't want that credit. He didn't want that honor. So he changed the aleph to be a small aleph. It's there, but it's a small. So we know the difference between being summoned and just being happened upon. With that, my friends, we thank you so much for joining us online. You're welcome to join us here live at the Torch Center. Till next time. Tomorrow, actually, we'll be live again at the Partners in Torah. Everyone's welcome for that as well. Have a terrific evening, my friends.